Hey everyone, it's Eric Plantenberg. I've got a quick message today that will both help you to navigate through difficult situations with other people, following up on the video that Michelle and I did a couple of weeks ago. And it will also answer one of the most common questions that some people have had about an exercise that I do in my live workshops, where people look for what's awesome in other people. One of the most common comments that I get, it's a little bit of an objection, if you will, to that whole exercise is, Eric, you can't just look for the positives in people. There's people in my work, there's people that I have interactions with that they're screwing things up. And if I just looked for the positive things all the time, then I'd never be able to address problems. And basically what they're saying is that my Pollyanna ideals are not functioning and that it's not going to actually create any resolution. Well, that couldn't be any further from the truth. Here's the thing, when you're in a challenging situation with someone, say that you have somebody that's a vendor of yours or somebody that you potentially are working with or working for, and they're not following protocol. They're not executing what needs to be executed at a high level or to the right degree or whatever it may be. My goodness, I'm not at all suggesting that you bury your head in the sand and just look for the reasons why what they're doing is a good thing. Here's where I come from on this. If you're going to influence people, if you're going to inspire people to move and to do it from an energetic place of goodness so that they're happy about it and that there's not a lot of friction or a lot of animosity or anxiety surrounding it, before you're pointing out to people the 2 or 3 or 4 things that they're doing wrong, it will benefit you and them greatly for you to just stop for a moment. And if you need to, get out a pen and paper, this is what I do, and write out a list of all of the things that you appreciate about that person, all the things that they're doing well, all the things that they're doing that are supporting your mission or what it is that you're trying to get as terms of results go. If you're quickly red flagging and having the hairs on your back stand up every time somebody makes a mistake, well, then you're just in a reactive standpoint, a reactive mind frame. And by anchoring to all of the reasons why someone is awesome, all the things that they're doing that is positive and that's good, it's not about whitewashing the problem. It's about allowing you a balanced and somewhat neutral perspective when you're coming into the discussion or when you're making an observation. This will allow you to communicate the whole picture rather than just the flashpoint that you have a problem with. And if you're in a position right now where you're like, well, there's nothing good about what this person is doing, and there's nothing that is happening that's positive and constructive, then what I'll tell you is that mentally, I'm going to suggest that you're just gripped in negativity. And I don't care how much conflict that you're having with someone. It could be in a personal relationship, it could be your spouse or a friend, it could be a competitor, it could be whatever it is. If all your mind can see is everything that's going wrong, all of the bad, all of the criticisms, then it's really time to breathe and look beyond the external, look beyond the superficial nature of what's going on, because behind that, in all of our differences, basically people want the same thing. They want to do good. They want to be happy. They want things to work well. Of course, people have different ways of navigating and different ways of getting to that point. And of course, some people are stuck. Some people are having a really hard time and they are struggling. But if you really realize that everyone is doing the best that they can in this moment, that's going to really serve, I believe, you well. It certainly serves me well. And some people are like, they even can't accept that. Well, of course they could be doing better in the moment. Well, think about that for a moment. If a person really could be doing better in that moment, wouldn't they? Now, that's not to suggest that they can't do better in the future or that they can't evolve into something that's maybe more functional for everybody. But in the moment, I really believe that people really are doing the best that they can. So my takeaway for this week for me is to be looking for the good. Be looking for the good in other people, be looking for the good in myself and in the situations that I face, and that doesn't mean that I'm burying my head in the sand and not addressing things as they come up. So definitely take some time and post your questions, feedback, or experiences with looking for the good in situations and how that can create resolution. And then also we still have a fabulous conversation, a fabulous contest out there for the importance of having difficult conversations. I look forward to hearing and reading about your posts. Have a terrific week.